How do you multiply and divide maths expressions that have variables in them? This question has stumped many, but today we're going to reveal the answer. Welcome back to the Pyramids of Algebra. Our journey continues with each pyramid revealing a new math skill. Last time we mastered these lessons, and next we'll dive into multiplying and dividing algebraic expressions. In this video, I'll reveal 3 critical keys that form the exact steps needed to master this skill. Starting with the first key. Do you remember the connection that multiplying and dividing have to each other? Let's review. If we had 6 divided by 2, this equals 3. Well, we can write all division questions as multiplication questions and still get the same result. For example, if we had 6 times 1/2, this will also equal 3. Therefore, the rules to multiply and divide algebraic expressions will be the same, since all division questions can be written as multiplication questions. Can you finish this sentence? We can only add and subtract like terms. Let's discover if like terms are necessary for multiplying and dividing. Let's find out with a practical scenario. You are hosting a party and you bought 3 boxes of soft drink cans. Each box have the same unknown number of cans in each. We can use the variable c to represent the unknown number of cans in each box. Imagine you are running out of drinks, so you decide to double the starting amount. This would be 2 times the 3 boxes. We are multiplying an algebraic expression now. Let's learn how to multiply this. Firstly, this expression is abbreviated and is actually 2 times 3 times c. Now that it is written like this, and since we can multiply in any order, let's multiply 2 and the 3. This will give us 6 times c. Next, we can simplify this to 6c. We can notice from our starting question, both terms were not like terms, and we could still multiply both terms. Therefore, we don't need like terms for multiplying and dividing algebraic terms, which is good news. That's one less thing to worry about. However, we still have another problem. How do you multiply and divide the variables? It sounds impossible to multiply and divide numbers when we can't see its actual value. Let's figure this out in the second key. Let's start with multiplying variables. If we had variable h times variable g, we can't complete the calculation since we don't know their value. We leave our answer in the abbreviated form, which equals hg. Next, let's look at h times h. Remember, when we multiply a number by itself, we can abbreviate this using index notation. To highlight this, let's look at an example where we can see the numbers. If we had 5 times 5, we can rewrite this as 5 squared, which equals 25. So for algebra, we follow the same rule and write h times h as h squared. Please note a common student mistake is writing the answer as 2h. Let me show you why it is not this. It would be 2h if it was h plus h. To highlight this, let's look at an example where we can see the numbers. 5 plus 5, well, this is 2 times 5, which equals 10, a different answer from before. So to make sure you don't make this mistake, always check the operation. Now let's look at dividing variables. If we had a variable h divided by variable g, again, we can't complete the calculation since we don't know their value. We leave our answer in the abbreviated form, which equals h over g. Next, let's look at h over h. Let's think about this. If h equals 2, then 2 divided by 2 equals 1. But what about if h equals 10? Then 10 divided by 10 equals 1. Therefore, in algebra, the rule is if you divide by the same variable, this will equal 1. So don't fear multiplying and dividing variables. You just need to abbreviate them. Let's see a visual demonstration of how this works and the exact steps to solve all problems in the next key. The steps to solve are as followed. Step 1. Multiply or divide the numbers normally. Step 2, multiply or divide each variable one at a time. Let's see how this works in the next examples. In the first example, we can show this visually by multiplying two side lengths of a rectangle, with one side have 2 x's and the other with 3. And the area will be the solution. So step 1, we multiply the numbers first. 2 times 3 equals 6. Then step 2, we multiply x by x, which equals x squared, giving us an answer of 6x squared. In the next example, we can show this visually by dividing the length 20m into 5 equal chunks. Step 1, we divide the numbers first. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Then, step 2, we can't divide the variables since there is only one m, so we leave this in our answer, giving us a final answer of 4m. In the next example, we can show this visually by seeing how many 3m pieces can divide into 12m. Step 1, we divide the numbers first. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Then, step 2, we divide the variables. M divided by m, since we're dividing by the same number, this equals 1 and cancels out, giving us a final answer of 4. You now know all the key information on this concept. However, can you solve all exam style questions? Watch this next video to master questions easily.